Hey y'all, welcome back to Chattin with Coach Amy. Today I have my Maria, and I'm not Brooks and Dunn, but it's now playing in your head.
Yes, it is.
I have been listening to it in my head all day. Let's hear it. I'm not a singer. I'm gonna leave that to you.
Okay.
But wow. So warning, I'm having bad weather. I don't know if you've listened to Heather's podcast from this week yet, but her power went out while we were recording. So if we know how to handle that now, so it'll be fine.
Yes.
Maria, my friend, will you please introduce yourself to everybody?
Yes. My name is Maria, and I live in Fayetteville, Georgia, which is just a little bit south of Atlanta. And I am 49.95. I will turn the big 50 on Friday.
Really?
Yes.
I'm still salty that you're not coming to
I know. But y'all are gonna have so much fun. I can't wait to see and hear all about it.
I'll get over it. It's fine. Go ahead.
I am married and we have a dog. We don't have children. And I teach. I'm a music teacher, and I have a little junkin booth, and I do a lot of other little side hustle things. So
yes, I love it. That's so fun.
And I'm a trim healthy mama.
You are a trim healthy mama. So I saw the picture of your sister surprising you the other day.
Yes.
And I saw all your things for your coffee and your disheveled kitchen.
Oh,
Can you tell us a little bit about the journey of your kitchen? Because it seems like y'all been working on stuff for a minute.
Yes, we have been doing renovations on our house since October is when they started. And we're not done. Most of the major construction is done. So now it's just getting to the little fine details. And I was painting.
Which takes longer.
Yes.
You know?
And we're trying to do, on a budget. So what we can do, we'll do. And those kinds of things, which is fun because I like that kind of thing. But yeah, when you have to also still keep doing regular life, it can be a challenge.
Yeah, it's not like these TV shows where they put you in a hotel for a couple months.
Yeah, I'm like, hello, where's Ty Pennington? Like when you need him,
The overnight crew isn't there,
Exactly.
Oh, that's so fun. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you about like how you navigated staying on plan, or if you did or didn't, it doesn't matter. But I just love to hear that side of it. I have a new one-on-one. She's a new bloom. She just did buds, and now she's a one-on-one in a bloom and all the things. But she their kitchen flooded, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, goodness.
And stop. The dog was scratching. So anyway, she has been struggling a little bit. So I know there's got to be somebody else out there that you can help.
Yes, it's a little crazy. I had to do, of course, I do kind of lean towards the Drive Thru Sue, or making it easier. Like I don't do my own kefir or anything like that yet. Not that I'm opposed forever, but I just don't have the kind of life right now that I can do that. So I would just try to make things. I did stay on plan, and I just tried to plan ahead of time and make sure that I had like backup plan, B, C, D, just in case like I couldn't use the stove right now, or it was pulled out for flooring, that kind of thing.
Right.
So we with it just being the two of us, we just planned as much as we could. Yeah.
Made it work. Now, does your husband travel a lot for work?
He does. He's gone at least 2 weeks a month, like the cumulative time, 2 weeks. Some months it's 3. So
wow. Okay.
Yeah, blessing and a curse. So
I bet. It's kind of like, whoop, I miss him. What?
Yes.
I miss him. Yeah.
COVID was
like, when are you leaving?
Yeah. COVID was a big, like, oh, are we going to make this? We've never spent this much time together, because he was for 17 months.
Wow.
So it's like, can you pack a bag and go stay overnight somewhere? Like,
yeah.
It was great, and we're actually closer because of that.
Oh, so, that's so sweet.
It was great. Yeah, it was a good thing for us.
That's cool. Well, I figured you were gonna say, I just did my best, or I killed it and I planned it. I was like, thank you. I felt like you were on plan, but I wasn't. Sure. So tell us about your trim healthy journey.
So I lived in Nashville or Franklin area for about 18 years, and we've been in Atlanta just 10 years. So actually where I worked, we knew of Pearl's family, and one of my friends is friends with her. So I knew of them, and I knew that they were always just so vibrant and healthy and whatever. So fast forward to about, I don't know, well, seriously, about a year ago in May, I did the buds, but I knew that it worked for a lot of people, but I did not know if it could work for me. And I had done a few other things consistently long term. But then my body started revolting, I guess, or like not doing what it didn't work for me like it did before. So I was worse off. My inflammation was out the roof. I was looking at being on 3 different kinds of blood pressure and cholesterol. Like it was really bad. And I didn't know how to stop it because the way I had been eating with this other plan for 6 years stopped working, and my body
years.
Yes. So it just didn't work for me. And I was at my end of my rope, and I'm like, okay, I am all in. I've got to try this and just see. And that's when I dabbled in it. But when I came and signed up for buds, I've got to try this, like last ditch. I don't want to be on, I don't want to have a pharmacy in my kitchen. Of medicine. So anyway, that's when I signed up, and I loved buds. I loved figuring out how to do the program successfully or the plan successfully. And just now I can see it like lifelong, like it is, the benefits far outweigh the hard, learning the hard. So
awesome. So I remember you so clearly because during the live Q&As, girl was laughing. I didn't know it was that funny, but she was always laughing not laughing at me, but like I guess laughing at me, but
I love how it is. You keep it simple and you just cut right through. It's not fluff. But
there's no time for that.
You're firm and you call it out, but in a nice, kind way. And I love the accountability that you have for each of us. And but just, I don't know, you're so personable and so down to earth. And even though we've never met, I feel like I've known you for forever. So
Darlene was like, who's going to be for the 24th? I went, Maria. She was like, oh, I love her. I was like, me too. I love her too. So sweet. So sweet. So, oh shoot. I was going to ask you something. I don't remember what it was now. It's okay. Keep going with your story. I'll think of it in a second.
So anyway, that's once I figured out like, the way I dabbled and what I thought I knew of the plan and how to do the plan was nowhere close to the plan once I went through buds, and it just, I don't know, it just clicked. And it's not a walk in the park. I mean, I do still have to think about things, but once I got a grasp of it, I could pretty well navigate what I needed. And I'm still like, I'm not done. I'm not arrived by any means
either.
But like, let's try this and see, if this works. I feel freedom within, okay, well, let's add another E, or let's kind of just juggling different ways and to see how it works. And I love, because the other plan that I did, and I wanted to talk about the past a lot, but I could not have any bread whatsoever. I could not have any fruit whatsoever until you got to maintenance mode. Well, most people don't make it to the maintenance mode in that plan. So I love the food freedom that there is. And I eat things now that I never ate before. Like red cabbage, I would pick it out, like throw it away. Like I don't know. It's opened up a whole new world as far as, oh gosh, like, I eat this now. I never really ate okra before. I never ate Brussels sprouts before. Kefir, I had never really, I don't even know what that is, so it's, I love it.
Oh man, there's so many things for me too. Cottage cheese, mango, quinoa, the things y'all know that I eat all the time. I was a beginner in my own day. We all have that starting point because I have the conference. It'll be already over by the time this airs, but come working ahead. But a lot of them are really nervous. And I'm like, everybody had a starting point.
Yes.
Everybody has these places. And that's important to remember, I think, in anything you do, but especially with women with health and the way they look and the way that they are learning new things. And I loved how you talked about THM is a way of living. And that's the way Pearl and Serene wrote it, is the trim healthy lifestyle.
Yes.
People forget about that little word, but it's very important.
Right.
And it is meant to be sustainable for life.
Right. And it's just like with any, like when you start, learning to knit or crochet, like you don't start making, these Afghans, you start with a little pot holder or whatever.
Right.
And then as you
build on it,
you perfect it, progress, not perfection, but it becomes, you don't have to think about it all the time.
Right. That's right.
As much. So
that's so good. So speaking of your husband traveling, I know that we're friends on Facebook. We friends. Yes. So I see things, and she has been traveling with him. So how have you navigated that with on plan or making decisions to go off plan? How have you handled that?
Well, the first big trip we did was during Buds last year, and I'm a planner, and I'm very glad for that. And he's very supportive, and awesome. So we ended up, when we stayed at the hotel, it had a refrigerator. So on the way to the hotel, we stopped at Kroger and we bought like yogurt and my nut pods and veggies and some fruit. Just some things like, okay, I can cover breakfast and I can cover lunch, and then I'll navigate dinner wherever it is, wherever we go out. And that helped. So knowing that I had that safety plan. Or that backup. And then this past April, we went to Vancouver Island, and that was pretty easy to find things. And our friends there, they eat really healthy. So they had options that they already had in their pantry that I could use and make it work. And it was great. When we went to Spain and Portugal with the group that I sing with and last month, what I did was, back at Christmas, I got on the main Trim Healthy Mama page and I just put in Spain, and a couple of names pulled up. And I contacted one of them. I was like, who am I? Like, I'm pretty outgoing,
such an adult.
But that's like, who, she's going to think I'm nuts. I'm like, well, I don't know her. She doesn't know me. So what?
I bet
I contacted a lady that lives in Spain and just said, how can I navigate? Can you give me some tips? And that was one of the best things that I did. I felt confident going. Wow. And she just really helped walk me through some things like, okay, if you're out this, try this for breakfast, see if you can find this, because where we were with a tour group. We did not have refrigerators in our hotels. I didn't have a cooler. I didn't have any way to have a go bag with me, but I did, like, I took some hydrates and things. So I just tried to plan and do what I could do. I was not 100% on plan during the trip. But I did as best as I could. Yeah. So doing that and reaching out to another THM helped it so much. So that's
awesome. Oh, I love that.
So that's what I do. If we're close, if we can go to the grocery store, we stock up, and I take what I can take if I can. But I had bought all kinds of chomps and all this you couldn't take cheese, meat, anything into the country. So collagen even, but we found collagen over there. So I was like, thank you, Lord, for Vital Proteins.
Wow, that's so awesome to know.
So we both used that for fuels when we needed to, or a supplemental. So
that's incredible. Oh, I love it so much. I love it. So what would you say was your biggest struggle getting 100% on plan?
Like just in general?
Yeah.
Oh golly.
Well, if you didn't have one, that's awesome.
Well, okay. So for instance, this weekend I had one meal where it wasn't. I had breakfast on plan, lunch on plan, and then my dinner portion was on plan, but I ended up having a cupcake at my party that my husband threw. And I was like, I'm like, that's okay. But then the next day I just got back on plan. It's because I feel different physically. Yeah. When I'm not. And I like how I feel when I'm 100%. So that's my motivator.
That's me too. That's my motivation. Because people ask me that the people for the conference can turn questions in, and that's one of them. That, I mean, I get asked that a lot, and it's just, I know my body is thriving and benefiting from being on plan. It is not worth me eating a cupcake from Walmart. I'm sorry, it's not.
Right. And it wasn't even that good, but I was like, okay, just one. Last year, my birthday, man, I did everything. I made my own birthday cake, and I just time and my surprise, I just wasn't able to plan for that or accomplish it. I had the stuff, I just didn't get it done in time this year, but I don't know. And it's not that I feel shame or like a failure when I don't eat on plan, but it's just like, pick up. You don't unpack there, pick up and keep going. Like 3-4 hours later, keep going, like get back on. Don't wait for Monday, do it now. And I have on my phone the wallpaper that you made, the keeping promises to myself. And we're on our phones all the time. So any little thing, it's always that reminder. Yes, I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to keep my promise to myself, and not in a selfish way, like I'm above everybody else, not that, but just, I need to keep the promise to me like I would keep it to a friend or my husband.
Amen.
So,
yeah, I talk about that a good bit. You wouldn't cheat on your spouse.
Right.
Most of us.
Right.
But why do we keep, because women do, they continually sabotage their success. Yes. Why are you doing that?
Yes.
We've got to get out of that. We've got to get out of that. Woo!
Yeah.
Got to talk about it. Things like that are really hard to talk about and move past. And I think that's part of it personally. But yeah.
And I think, like, if you're tempted or you find yourself in a situation, whether it's like emotional, like you're trying to feed a feeling or numb a feeling through food, or it doesn't even necessarily food, but a habit or something, I think just to be conscious or mindful and try to think, what is the reasoning? Like, why am I trying to numb or feed that? Like, what's the trigger? Usually not because we really want that food. There's something underlying. So you've got to really sit and examine your motive for why you're binging or starving yourself or whatever. Like, you just need to be conscious of what you're doing.
Yeah. Think about it, consider it. Yeah. Have you experienced any stalls?
I've not, since I've not been 100%. Yes. Like I'll do a little bit and then it's just kind of like, not as great. So my husband and I will be able to have my own control back tomorrow. So I'm hoping but my other thing is I need to add in more intentional exercise. And so that starts tomorrow. Yeah. And I'm hoping that will kind of help get me back on the consistent, as far as the number on the scale. So,
so let's talk about your progress. How have you done?
25 to 30. Yeah. It kind of like that whole
the wiggle woggle.
Yeah.
Have you gotten your sticker?
I have the 2 of them. Yes.
The 10 and the 25. Okay, good.
Yeah. So
good. I have those too.
Yeah, I need to get my cup though. I gotta get my cup.
Look you'll love this. You need this too.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Being Southern is my superpower. I love that. It cracks me up. That's so exciting. So have you changed clothing sizes?
Yes. Let's see. I was doing like 1X, some 2X's, and now I'm down to larges and extra large.
Awesome. So. That's so exciting.
Yeah. And the scales moved, but my inches, like I can tell more in the inches than anything.
For sure.
Like I even went to Old Navy and I had on the large pair of pants, which is what I ended up buying, but my husband was like, those still look too big. And I was like, well, bring me a medium. Yeah. And so he did. And I got them on and they didn't look horrible, but I didn't feel comfortable in them.
Yeah, I understand. I was going through a bunch of paperwork today and I found my measurement tracker from Bloom's when we did that in February. We did measurements and kind of tracking that whenever we did the Slim and Cycle. Yeah. And so I am very excited to do these because my weight has gone up, but my muscle mass has.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all that CrossFit, girl.
I had to have a little consultation with Coach Charlotte with time and compass today because I got a little nervous. I wasn't freaking out, but my brain was just like going 9 to nothing. I'm like, is this right? Like, am I looking at this correctly? And she was like, girl, you're right. It's right. It's right. Do you see the pictures that you're in?
Yes. Yes.
And Wes is like, yes, it is correct.
Right. That's awesome.
So anyway, I was excited to find that sheet of paper. But yeah. So what kind of exercise have you been doing?
Mostly walking and then stairs. Like
yes,
trying to take the stairs always at, especially at school. So just also for a mental break too.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. We have stairs at church and Wes was like, I need to use this. We have stairs from we go into our bedroom, but you can go upstairs to Bella's room. And he was like, I need to go up and down Bella's stairs. That's what we call it, Bella's stairs. Because it goes to her room. And I was like, it'd be a great workout. We used to have to carry kettlebells and run up and down stairs.
Oh, yeah.
The places I went to a long time ago.
Yeah. I did buy a kettlebell, so I want to start doing some of that. And I want to start doing some weights just for more toning and
yeah, well, kettlebell can totally do that.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm. I love Zumba. I love to dance. So I feed off of group activities. So I've got to find, there's not too many around me where I am. I would have to drive, but so my schedule is opening up where I can hopefully do maybe not 3 times a week, but at least once or twice a week, drive and do Zumba. Yeah. I love Zumba. So
that's so fun. So let's talk about some of your favorites. We talked about some new foods, so that's fun.
Yes.
What about your favorite cookbook?
Oh man, I'm one of those that it's so hard to pick one.
Oh,
I would say
today. What's your favorite cookbook today?
I would say Trim Healthy Cookbook.
Really, the original?
Or no, Table. Table.
Okay, I love Table too. I love Table. Very good. What would you say is your favorite recipe out of there?
Lemon cream chicken, page 2.
Oh. Page what now?
222.
Page 222. That one's easy to remember.
Yes.
Miracle Mousse Makeover is 444.
Hey, there you go.
In that cookbook.
I have actually made lemon cream chicken when I hosted, I think it was Christmas, and people ate it up. I was like, I wanted some leftovers.
That's funny. Oh. I feel that 100%.
Yeah.
What are some simple meals that you make?
I love the I don't know if I'm gonna get the name right. The chicken quinoa cherry bowl.
Yes.
I love that. Okay. I don't know if that's simple, but
make it. Yeah.
It's really, really good. And I love, of course, this isn't in Trim Healthy Table, but I love the Just Like Campbell's soup.
Yeah.
That's so easy.
Yeah. I've never made that either, I don't think.
Okay.
I should. I will when it gets cold again. Okay.
Oh yes. Yeah. I'm not in it's too hot for soup here in Atlanta. So.
Oh man.
Easy meal. I don't know. I would say chicken cakes is really good. But one of the other Southern and Healthy mamas, she bakes them in the oven. And so I tried that the last time, so much easier. And they were still as wonderful.
Instead of like frying it like
yes, and because that just I'm all about fast. Like I want it done fast. So
pat them out and be done. That's
awesome. It was great.
Awesome. I love that. Do you make a lot of sippers?
No, I will do like a hydrate and then I'll add apple cider vinegar. I'll add a little bit, but that's about as far. I don't add a lot of the extra powders into it. So, but I love making, like, I guess it'd be moonshine light then.
Moonshine-esque.
Yeah.
Hey, so moonshine your way. That's okay. That's okay. That's all right. So when did you decide, I know that you were going through a lot of kind of some health issues, maybe consequences to what you were doing, but what made you say THM is what I need to do and I need to go into coaching to get some help? Like what was going on like in your mind with that?
I knew that it was kind of a now or never. While I had the power to make the change for my health, I was going to throw every last ditch effort at trying to figure it out before I had to go on a bunch of other additional medication. So when I made the choice and I did the coaching, I had blood work about 6 weeks after buds started. And my doctor got back with me and she said, I don't know what you have done, but you need to keep doing it.
Wow.
Because just in 6 weeks, my blood work, my numbers, I mean, they were, I had not had numbers that good in probably 15 years or more in
Girl.
just 6 weeks. So that was an added, like, God wink, like,
Yeah.
sister, this is what you need to do.
Confirmation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that, knowing that my body was healing and it was working, what I was doing, or the plan was doing, was working, that was motivating enough to see really good paperwork and walk away from a doctor's appointment feeling victorious instead of defeated.
Oh, so good.
So,
man, that's some good stuff right there.
So that's why I'm a Bloom still.
My sweet little Bloom. Who are your Blooms buddies?
Teresa James and Dina Farrell.
Yes.
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 I always think of everybody by their,
I know their maiden name on Facebook. I know.
I'm like, wait a minute, there's another name in there. But yes, Dina Farrell.
Yeah, she's fine. That's right. That's good. That's good. Oh, I love that. So sweet.
And I love the community though, because everybody is so encouraging. And hey, what's, if you have a question or whatever, like, there is so much love and support. And that's a beautiful thing.
It is amazing. So I'm going to give you, since this will be airing towards the end of July, Blooms for August. August is my birth month. And so I want to use some of my favorite things for my Blooms challenge for the month of August. And I'm going to do another Blooms buddy drive. Just to kind of encourage, because some have quit Blooms or whatever, canceled their subscription. And of course they still may be connected with, and that's wonderful. Yes. But sometimes it just doesn't work out and there are disconnects. And there are some that are finally like, okay, I'm a year in, fine, I'll get a buddy, whatever. And then I'm going to include that. And then, some of my favorite things like mango, figure out something fun, I'm going to make y'all need to do this, or, just some fun things with coffee maybe, or something like that. And my anti-coffee drinkers, I'll figure out something for them. But, anyway, I was just thinking that would be kind of fun to celebrate my birthday. And
yes, I love that
just
idea.
Bring y'all into the happiness.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Yes. So you're going to be 50 Friday. Is that
yes.
Yes. How do you feel about that?
Now that it's like right here, I feel good, and I am praying, and I'm pretty confident it will be my healthiest decade yet.
Amen.
So
that's so good.
Yeah.
I love being my age. I don't know how your 40s were, but I'm about to be 42 and I'm stinking excited about it. Yes. Like, I've loved being 40, and I know it's because of THM. I know that.
Yes.
And then I have you guys, and then, my family's doing well. Of course, we have ups and downs with 5 kids.
Yes.
Oh, Lord have mercy. But, for the overall, like, these are my best years. And I just, I'm kind of excited to see what happens when I'm 50.
Yes. And I don't feel it. And especially now, like, I don't feel my age at all. And people are shocked to, like, you're how old? And I'm like, you don't look it. I'm like, okay, at least they didn't say I didn't act it.
That's funny.
But there is wisdom that I'm very thankful for, because I thought when I turned 30, that one was hard for me. Like, because you have in your mind all these milestones that you want to hit and whatever, and most of them didn't come true for me. And that's still at almost, turning 50, some of them, still things that, didn't happen, but it's okay. And it's a blessing. But I still am excited, and I look forward to, what's to come. So.
Oh, that's so exciting. Do y'all have fun plans for your birthday, or y'all just chilling?
I have a wonderful plan. A friend of mine just finished chemotherapy, and she got to ring the bell last week. So she has had a successful, praise God, cancer journey. And so she is actually having a party, and that's what I'm going to go and celebrate with her.
Well, then I guess I'll quit bothering you about coming to the conference so you can go be with her. That is a lot more important, I guess. I'm just kidding.
It was
So,
all of my things were supposed to happen this coming weekend, but with my husband's got to leave town, so he backed it up to this past
oh,
weekend. So I
that,
was like, but then when I found out about my friend's thing, I'm like, I need to be there for her.
of
So
course you do. Of course you
yeah,
do. That's
we're
awesome.
like sisters. And she actually wasn't able to as much this past year, but we were trying to navigate a little bit of Trim Healthy together years ago.
Wow.
And so she's excited to, and I'm hoping, try to figure out, like, as she gets farther along on her healing,
Sure.
that maybe I can plug you in with her, and
Of course. I would love
or
to.
plug her in with you rather.
Either way, it works. It
Yeah.
works. That's awesome. Oh, well, give her a hug for me too, because
I will.
that's a very special bond that y'all have.
Yes.
Yeah. Mercy. Well, I'm so glad y'all get to do that. That's so
Yes.
cool. So do you want to share any tips or advice for any new THMers that might be out there?
Don't be afraid of it. You can learn new things, you can do hard things, and it's just letters, but embrace the E, the S, and the FP and all of that. Don't run from it.
Yeah.
And listen to your body, but then just pray and just give your journey, pray about it, and God's going to help you. He will sustain you, and join a community, and get yourself some accountability people, and just dig in and do it. And it's not going to be perfect, and it might not be pretty, but you'll get there. Yeah.
I have been coaching for almost 4 years, and the top two things that I see that people need are accountability and understanding, or the education part.
Yes.
Because there's a lot that come into buds that are royally confused, bless them. And I hope I'm able to set most of them straight so that they can be empowered to make their own decisions and do well. Yes. Because I want y'all to be able to go into the grocery store and put food together and know SE or FP or crossover.
Right.
And then that layer of accountability, it gives so many things. It's one word, but it's so many things. It's love, it's acceptance, it's inspiration, it's encouragement. Yes. It is accountability. I hate to use the word again, but that's what it is. And it just keeps you going. It keeps gas in your tank.
Right.
It keeps that motivation. And so I'm glad you touched on both of those things, because that's truly my desire for what I'm doing, whether people are paying me or they're just lurking on the Instagram or Facebook,
right.
Whatever, because I know everyone can't afford coaching, or they may not want it, and that's fine. But my buds and blooms and my little one-on-ones, Wes told me the other day, he goes, have you named your one-on-ones? And I'm like, they're one-on-ones. What do you mean? You got buds and blooms. And I'm like, oh, no, I don't have, they're just one-on-ones. They're one-on-ones.
That's funny.
Yes.
Did he have a name? Did he come up with an idea?
Oh, I'm sure not. He probably had one more thing about it. Call him the garden. I did have a group years ago. I decided I had buds and blooms, and I had people that didn't want to do the way that I did my groups back then. Is everything repeated. So buds, it's just like how buds repeats every session. Blooms did the same thing. I just didn't see people wanting long-term accountability. That never occurred to me back then, because I had actually just started doing blooms. So I did a blossoms group, and that one was a dud. It was a dud. I had a good bit. I had 20 or 30 go in there, but they weren't very active. I don't know what happened. And I was like, oh, y'all are going back. So what I did is I just went back to the drawing board, and blooms had, just like I do now, it just a little less. Because I've added so much content to all my things, but the education of that and learning more, and lists and plans and stuff, programs. But just keeping people involved and motivated is just key with all of that.
Yes. And I will say, I do want to shout out, I love the whole Mighty Networks, and because I really am trying to limit like how much I'm on Facebook and all of that stuff. And so it's just nice to have it separate, and I haven't found it difficult to navigate. So
not the way I've got it set up now, for sure.
No, for sure.
I'm so glad that I went ahead and did that. I'll be honest with you. I was nervous, but it worked out so great. It really did. Yeah. One of my clients that was doing one-on-one, and then she went into blooms, She said, it's like you have your own database. And I'm like,
Yes.
that's exactly what it is. Yes. Yeah. So I'm just really proud that I have.
Good.
I've
Yes, you should be.
all that out.
It's
Figured it out.
wonderful.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right, girl. Is there anything else you wanted to share with everybody?
Not that I can think of. I'm sure I'll think of a million things when we're done.
That's okay.
Oh, I should have said this, or I should have said that. But,
it happens. I get messages after I finish a recording. I meant to say blah blah blah.
Yes.
That's okay.
But no, I would just encourage everybody, keep doing, plug in, stay plugged in, just like you charge your phone, charge yourself as far as THM goes, like plug in and I'm preaching to the choir because I need to get better about making the lives instead of always watching don't rely on watching a replay all the time. Right. Yes, if there's an instance, sure, everybody has that, but Absolutely. Stay plugged in, stay connected with your accountability partners and the group, and that would be the biggest encouragement that I would do.
Yeah.
Or say.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. This was fun. It was not as nerve-wracking as I thought it would be.
It's just me and you talking. It ain't no big deal. Just in a few weeks, a whole bunch of people are gonna listen to it. It's just weird like that.
Yes, that's true. I would much rather, even though I'm a teacher, I would much rather sing to people than speak in front of a bunch of people. So this just you and me, this was great.
That's so funny. Well, my mom the other day, she was we were talking about the conference, and she was like, what's weird is that you are the shyest child, and I don't even know who you are anymore. Like she wasn't being mean, but right. It's just, wow, how you changed. And I'm like, yeah, I know it is weird. But when you're passionate about something,
yes,
it comes so easy. That's and right. You know that I am. Yes. I think anybody listening that takes the minute to listen to this, they know. But truly, it is a huge passion. So yes, I'm very thankful, and I'm thankful for you, and I'm thankful that you followed that calling of the Holy Spirit to do this, because you're wonderful at it, and I'm so glad you're my coach. Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. I'm so glad I'm your coach. Thank you so much. Yes. You want to tell them bye? Yes, bye everybody. Keep your promises to yourself. That's right. Bye y'all.